People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning in. Now, in regards to Arsenal's full season campaign, it remains to be seen if we can win at the moment of making this vid against Chelsea in the Europa League. But at the same time, we can talk about Arsenal's Premier League campaign. Obviously, it's drawn to a conclusion against Burnley. Now, the facts, anyone can say what they want to say, and I'll be here talking about my thing, and Will on my channel, look at all my vids and that. But let's deal with the facts, people. We conceded 51 goals, allegedly. Is that 51? Did I write 5-1? Yeah, I think I did. Forgive me if I've got it wrong, but we've conceded 51 goals. We've scored 73. We've kept 8 clean sheets. We've had 10 losses. Now, we outscore a lot of teams. We know Arsenal score a lot of goals. I think we can score a lot more goals, people. I believe defence, we need to fix up defence first. You lot know me, I'm very vocal on that. As much as I want to see attacking flair and wingers doing all these mad things, what I'm going to get on, well, not about wingers, but wingers, I feel our midfielders, our fullbacks can offer more. I feel away from statistics, just more attacking situations and more goal scoring opportunities. Too often than not, it's sideways passes, as you lot know. You lot know me, as like I said before I started rambling, defence needs to get fixed up first. You don't build a house from the roof downwards. You build the foundations. You get these sort of man in. They make the difference. Liverpool are doing their thing and will do it for the next couple of years in terms of attacking talent. But Van Dijk's taking that defence up another level. It's not just him in terms of coaching and all them things, but him and Alisson, you see them two improvements in coming into a system and a better sort of defensive coaching. Liverpool seeing out games, not going as gun-ho. Game management improving, and you could even say what they did in pre-season, it's a byproduct as to how they defeated Barca and improving in the league and back-to-back Champions League finals and all these sort of things. Defence needs to get fixed up first. You can't do anything without defence, but I feel offensively we need to do a lot more. Obviously, Liverpool got better attacking options than us, and I'm not critiquing our players or getting at our players or getting at theirs or saying anything, but I've got it written down. Trent Arnold's got 12 Premier League assists, and Robertson's got 11. That's a madness. That's a madness, people. Obviously, when you got Salah and Mane who can finish, two exciting players, and the rest of them, it makes things easier. But Trent and that 11. Bellerin sadly got injured, but he's got 5. Kohler, who's regularly our attacking outsource or someone we look to provide some whip for goal scoring situations, has got 5. Monreal's got 3. Bellerin and Iwobi, I believe, have got 6 in the Premier League. Now, that speaks volumes of Ramsey and his season and how professional he's been, considering, yeah, he's played big games and stuff and, again, giving us memories, but he's really been a big part player in terms of the Premier League campaign. Iwobi's scored 5. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Has Iwobi scored 5 Premier League goals? I think he's had it, or it might be all comps. Has he had his best goal scoring Premier League season? I'm sure I heard that. He's had his best goal scoring season this season, and he's obviously done well in terms of assists. So, low key, Iwobi's the most improved player at Arsenal at the moment, or probably holding for me, to be fair. Quite a few players. But yeah, in terms of the offensive players, Lacazette's got 8. Aubameyang's got 5. Mkhitaryan's got 4. Ozil's had his beef with Unai Emery. He's got 2. Maitland-Niles, who's been playing at wing back, and he's not really a wing back, but he's got 1. And I think Xhaka's got 2, and someone else has got 2. I think I really should have made sure of the statistics. But either way, offensively we can do much better. I'm not saying we can be levels with Liverpool because we need more personnel for that, but we need to offer a bit more. And when you look at some of our games, yeah, we scored a lot of goals, but breaking teams down, creating a lot of different situations. We might as well speak about it. This was actually gonna. In fact, no, I've spoken about it. Not, you know, I can't. I gotta give it to you. I already said it. But just like if we make this a back 4 quickly, I actually was gonna talk about midfield here, people. But we ramble, so we might as well. Just offensively, just better outballs, man. Just I don't know, man. Just our fullbacks. Obviously, you have a winger or something out there, or one time your winger's there. Your fullback's here, your winger will come inside, or vice versa. But just getting, if that's the opposition, just making advantage of wide positions a bit better 2v1. Someone coming down here, someone coming short here. And then carrying on these runs, people, because you're on side. There'd obviously be other players, but he'd be on side. Do you see what I'm sort of saying, people? So I'd like to see a bit more from our fullbacks on either side. I'd like to see our midfielders, someone with a late run or someone getting beyond as well. If we bring out a bit more of them, you lot know our strikers. Our strikers have done a good job in terms of scoring goals, but I think they're even out short, because if you bring strikers quickly into play, I feel on a regular basis, Aubameyang is isolated. We need to play to his strengths a bit more, people. If we have an opposition, obviously, we make 2 defenders quickly. We might go on then, you might as well have a fullback. Take him out of play. Just blew it all up, man. Just blew it all up. But just a bit more like just people with a bit more IQ. Like, he's coming inside, so let me come in this space, and then me come here and me come deep. And like I always say, people, just alternative runs, just pulling people out of spaces. Because too often than not, I've seen teams, if these are our strikers, bro, Lacazette and Aubameyang, people, gunman in front of goal, like serious goal scorers. Brighton are laughing because Aubameyang's making runs. Aubameyang's all having to come here to get the ball and that. Now, Aubameyang might not have played well to you lot, but if Aubameyang's having to go all out wide, if you're Dunk or Duffy or whoever, you're laughing. But if Aubameyang's coming deep because he knows someone's going to exploit, he's going to exploit the gap that's left, Duffy or whatever, he's gonna not know, do I stick or do I twist, sort of thing, people. Because if I go, there's space. If I don't go, he can obviously get into play, and then things can start happening. 1-2s can start getting played, and other things could happen. I really didn't want to even touch on that. As you could see, it's not my best of work, but I want to see a bit more of that, people. But back to the main point before we get onto the tactics board. I just feel in terms of our fullbacks, in terms of our midfield, creative, defensively, we need to, that's the first thing I want to see. I want to see us, we've shown some improvement, but it's let us down in the crucial periods. Adding on from how we've developed at set pieces throughout the season. Game management, I want to see our players with a bit more IQ. Okay, the game's against us. Let's all sit, let's all stop running in behind. Let's sit and defend and frustrate them. Or, okay, these lot are scared. Let's get on it. Let's not play the same way whether we're winning, losing or drawing, because it is at times predictable. So like I said, we need to do offensively better. Now, again, possession doesn't win football matches. Arsenal fans, probably the last, excluding the last probably 3 years, however long we've been in Europa League or slightly before that, last 10 years from 07 to 2017, we've been knowing possession don't win football matches. Because at one point, no one can track rubbish. Excluding Barcelona, we had creme de la creme football. We didn't have the titles to match, but our football was levels. So possession and them stats and them thing there, it don't mean much. But when you look at it, Xhaka's made 2,000 odd passes, and he's the only player within the top 20 in the Premier League at Arsenal. In general, I'm seeing Van Dijk, I'm seeing Jorginho, like you'd expect, 2 players that will be playing in the Champions League. Let me pause this quickly, people. 2 players that will be playing in the Champions League again, and obviously Van Dijk's competing for a Champions League title and is a runner-up in the Premier League. So possession don't mean nothing in football, but clearly we're underselling ourselves, because regardless of your opinions on these individual players, if you look at Lacazette, Aubameyang, regardless of what you say about his general play, Ozil, Mkhitaryan, even Xhaka, Ramsey, Guendouzi, Torreira, just about anyone, even attached to this club, you'd think you'd be more comfortable in possession, or we'd make use of possession more. These players are more, you'd say they're decent technically, so we're underselling ourselves. Again, we've scored a lot of goals, people, so how much sense does it really make? But are we relying on counter-attacks? If we look at the individual micro games, some of it, was it counter-attacks? Was it quick? We just quickly blitz sides. If you look at the 5-1 against Fulham, it looks great. Ramsey scored a goal of the season from an Arsenal perspective, contender. But if you remember that game, I swear we went behind to Fulham. We had to come back, and then it was an onslaught. Dude, we know we need to be more assertive from the off. We need to really put teams under the cosh a bit more in the first 5, like what they do to us wherever we've been this season away from home. We need to, more crucially, take our chances. I would just like to see us, more importantly, people, without all the cones, all the markers and all that jazz. Yeah, I want to see us play short. We're Arsenal Football Club. I want to see Leno and all these guys doing their thing. And if you can't go forward, go back, people. Pass it between you lot and them things. I want to see us doing that. I don't want us... Sorry, people. I don't want us to force it. But at the same time, I want, like, Maitland-Niles or someone to have the IQ. That's a poor line, people. But just think, boom, let me hit my teammate down the line. Aubameyang's there, man. These lot are fast. Not every day do this short thing. But at the same time, I want to see us be a bit more assertive. So in terms of defensively, like I said, first and foremost, defensive shape, defending when outnumbered, defensive positioning, all them sort of training drills and all them things there. Steve Bold and Unai Emery and everyone connected to the club, that's the first thing I need to see. But in terms of offensively, we need to do a bit more, man. Cause I feel the players we have, regardless of if you think some should go or not, like myself, I have my opinion. I feel we're selling ourselves possibly a bit short in that personal department. Now, finally, the point I wanted to make about midfield is with Ramsey leaving, people, if we make that the opposition... No, we'll start with the first example I had. Nope. We'll start with the first example, yeah? Now, obviously, Aaron Ramsey at times, he's played in a free, people, right? He's played in a free. Big games, you know Ramsey, his job is to help press, whether that's with Aubameyang by himself and you make it a 2 or something. Or when Lacazette's there, when they split, he presses and he either gets onto Jorginho, best example against Chelsea, and make sure he can't build from the back and them things there. But with him going, who is going to do that? Like, because Torreira can do it on paper, but for someone like Torreira to do it, I would like us to be not Jose Mourinho, but have a players. I draw him as inspiration. For this example, him in his prime, he'd have a couple of them players to do that. He would have one Torreira here, let's say a Matic, and someone that's a bit of both. You go and mark, allowing these lot to sit, and then the other team, his fullbacks would obviously, and his wingers would obviously sit as well on either side, people. But who's gonna do that? And the other way, if there's a playmaker that's a bit mad, which I believe we need to start doing, is that when we're looking at games, we assess danger men. I think the only team you can't do it within reason is City. Danger men, guys that make the team tick. Players that always run in behind and trouble. Let me make a better example. Because I owe it to you lot for watching me every season. Let's make a 3-man midfield. Let's make a 3-man midfield as well. I'm using yellow to highlight the point. When you got that danger man in midfield, people, that guy that makes things tick, that takes it off his... You know the man there that will just... He just take it off this centre-half quick time and just ping it for someone in there, or ping it for his striker, or just make something happen, people. I think at times, yeah, you have your tactics, but I want to see us man-mark men a bit. And Ramsey's done that couple times. But when this man's running in behind now, who is going to do that? Like, on paper, I'd like to think we're bringing in a midfielder soon or something, or hopefully someone can learn that. But who is going to do that, people? So in pre-season, we've got a lot to take from it, man. Regardless of the stats and whether I've made a mess of them or not, 8 clean sheets isn't good enough for a football club of our stature. So like I said, defensively, we got to go back to basics. We've made some strides this season. There's been some improvements. There's been some flashes to work with and stuff. And with the players that are deemed good enough. And Emery's showing his tactics and things. But we can only deal with the facts, people, in that we're 5th. Yeah, we could have got top 4, but we've conceded a hella goals. We've scored a lot, but we've conceded hella. Away wins haven't been good enough for our perspective. So it starts from back to basics in pre-season for me anyways. Defensively, 2 banks of 4 and all of them sort of things there. Emery's a more intelligent football man than all of us. So he knows already what on and what he needs to introduce. But for me, defensive things first. Then you can talk about all the things I've spoken about. But to get to that level we aspire to, our game management has to be better. We have to have a better cerebral approach, like some clown tried to say is not a term in one of my Arsenal fan TV vids, and then I don't normally reply to this nonsense, but I had to reply and show him, man. So if you're out there, slap yourself for being a dunce. Stupid boy. But anyways, moving on, people. Like I said, there's a lot to do in pre-season. Yeah, man. I've come home from work. I want to take a shower, so I'm going to get out of you lot's hair. People, sorry for spamming you lot's YouTube thing, but Deluded, I'm out.